Hey guys, so I tried to fit this one onto my workbench. There's a lot going on in the workshop right now in the garage, and I really haven't set up a space with like a desktop to do unboxings. That's on my to-do list at some point. But in the meantime, I'm so excited about this. For those of you who've been following, again, my workshop, I had total knee replacement, wanted a pedal bike. Yes, you can get an e-bike, obviously, with pedal and pedal assist, but most e-bikes are heavy. I wanted a light bike, but if I was trying to rehab my knee and just wanted to pedal, that it was a very light bike. But if I was pedaling and I sort of ran out of energy, I had the assist of e-assist. And so when I bought this house, the previous owner left a Free Spirit 12-speed, well, I guess you call it a racing bike, that was probably from the 1990s. It's all alloy. But what was crazy about it, I was surprised. I don't know what you paid for it back then, but this thing was extremely light. And when I get into my workshop and I'm going to add this device to that bike, I'm first going to use one of those luggage scales to pick it up and weigh it to see what it is. I really should have done that before I rebuilt it. So in case you don't know, you'll see another video. First thing I did was I stripped that bike down to the frame. I kept the old paint because it wasn't in that bad condition. But I replaced everything. I replaced the bottom bracket. I replaced the cassette. I replaced the crankset. I replaced the calipers. I replaced the seat, the poles, the stem, the handlebars. Every single thing, the brakes, the brake cables, the rims, the tires, the tubes, axles. So it's only the frame that was used. And everything I used was way lighter than the metal stuff that was on there, or the heavier stuff that was on this. So the bike is very light. And now I'm going to add this. And I have to tell you before I open it in front of you that it has some weight to it, right? So I was thinking of the whole e-assist thing, and I am curious about what the weight will feel like and what it will actually, add to the bike. So that's why I want to get a luggage scale, and I want to first, weigh the bike before and after. They also sent this box, and we can go through this box really quickly. They say don't use a knife and cut through it, but I'll be careful. I'll be really carefully in front of you, so something goes wrong, you can say, yes, we saw him, he was pretty careful. Okay, I think that's enough. I'll use my hand for the rest. But they didn't actually say that in this box, they said it in this box. But this, I believe, is the power supply. Yes, it is. It's a simple power supply to charge the battery. Flip out AC power supply with USB-A and USB-C. And an adapter, I guess, if you're going with the English system. I think this adapter is the English system or European, I'm not sure well. Interestingly enough, we'll see if there's a USB-C cable in there because there's none in that box. So let's put these aside. Let's get into this thing. Now this, I didn't even say it. This is the LIVALL, L-I-V-A-L-L, PikaBoost 2 e-bike conversion kit. And I'm so sorry, I should have said that from the beginning. Let me see if I can stand it up straight for you. You can read it. It's the LIVALL. Let me see if I get it over here. Oh, it's so tight. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit more. Still not enough. That's as much as I can zoom out. This is a 2 over here. I think you can see the 2 in the corner. PikaBoost 2 e-bike conversion kit. It says intelligent assistance, power assist mode, max mileage 90 km, max speed 32 km per hour, which I think is about 50 miles per hour, right? LED smart lighting, RBS, patented fall detection and SOS alert. So if you fall, it'll let everybody know, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. I'm going to take it. This was the one that says do not use sharp blade to unbox, avoid damaging content. So I'm doing it very, very easily because it is a sharp blade. All right, it does say that. I want to show you everything. It does say that right here. Do not use sharp blade. So what do, I believe I've got everything. Yes, I did. Okay, so here we go. I'm opening it up in front of you. World premiere. And because of the size of my desk, this is padding. It's very well packed. I may have to figure out how to do this differently. It's going to be upside down for you, but let me spin it around so that you get to see what I'm seeing. Again, I'm sorry I'm doing this on my desk. It should be done on the shop, but I simply, don't have, with winter just ending and me not unpacking the shop yet, I don't have a surface to do it on. Okay, so let's go into the smaller, what is this? This is looks like a hex screwdriver, right? A special screwdriver. This is a bracket that I think mounts the light, because this also has a rear light on it, right? A rear brake light. This is the remote. So there is a remote that connects to it that you hook on your handlebar that allows you to use the E functions. This is the mount. So this device, this goes around the seat pole. This device hooks to here, and the other part goes on to the bicycle wheel. And yes, they did include it. There is the USB-C charging cable. It's USB-C to USB-C. And here's the main event. I'm gonna take it out, and if you give me a second, I'm gonna move the box. I'm gonna put the box on the ground. I'm gonna take it out and bring it back up, simply because it's got quite a bit of weight. It almost feels like it's as heavy as my entire bike. But here it is. Oh. Here it is. I gotta move the box out of my way. This is the PikaBoost LIVALL PikaBoost 2. So on this side you have the section that goes on the wheel and feels very grippy. I guess this has to have enough weight so it rests so tightly on the wheel that it actually will move the wheel, right? You can see back here, I'll try to point, this is a light. So you have a backlight built into it, right? There's a power button, let me see here. There's a charging port here. Let me see if I can see that. That's a charging port. All right, so I guess if it's on the bike, you can charge it that way. There's a power button here. Let's see what happens. And there you see the light. There you go. Look at that. Turned it off. Okay. Very solid. Here's the part I told you that hooks onto that device you saw, that hooks onto the back of your seat. So it's a pretty easy installation. Now, this is the part I want to show you. You squeeze this in, and this is where the battery is. And here's the battery. Now, I'm not sure. I thought it was supposed to come with a dual battery. But this is the battery. This is 21.6 volts, DC, 220 watt hours, 61 NR. Rated capacity, 10.2 amp hours. USB-C input, 5 to 20 volts, max 65 watts. USB-C output, 5 to 20 volt, max 100 watts. So that are the USB ports on the back of this. Remember I showed you the USB-C port to the back of this. I guess you can charge something else because it's saying output. Now on the battery itself, I'm assuming you pull this. No, actually, this is to take it out. You don't ever take that off. This thing here, but it does have a power button on it, and either a power or charge button. I'm trying to see if it'll light up so you can see it. Now I haven't read the instructions, so I'm not sure if you actually are supposed to pull that. So give me a second. It's got the connectors in the back here that connect to the inside here. Let me see the instructions for a second here. So it says free work, download the app, connect the PikaBoost to your phone. So that button we press at the back before is long press the power button on the PikaBoost housing until the LED light turns on. Download the app, connect the PikaBoost to your phone, turn on your Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. Check if the bicycle seat post is fully locked. Installation, calibration, it tells you, and I guess the app takes you through that. Before installing the device, please open the LIVALL Riding app, enter the PikaBoost page, click Install Calibration Lift. Lift the PikaBoost wheel until the process is completed. So they want you lift. I don't know what it says lift. I guess once it's on, I guess what they say, installation. I guess you lift it up off the wheel. Actually, no, it says before installing the device. I'm not sure. Let me take out this battery. I'm not sure that this, maybe when you turn it on, this moves. I don't see how it moves now, but it seems like it does. It seems like it does. Let's see. I can't power it on now because the battery's out. But we'll go through that when I go through the installation. Adjust the seat to appropriate height. Attach the clamp. Use the app to connect the PikaBoost and raise the tire to the highest position. Not sure what that means. Tighten the lock-in screws and the seat post clamp. Then lift the rear end of the PikaBoost to ensure the tires are pressed tightly against the. To ensure the tires are pressed tightly against the bicycle tire. Align the PikaBoost tire with the bicycle tire, then tighten the 4 screws on the clamp. I guess there's a station because the language is kind of not telling you, But they say a solid fit. When lifting the PikaBoost with your hand, the bicycle's rear wheel will also be lifted. So if you can pick this up when it's on the bike and the whole bike raises up, then it's right. If you can pick this up and this separates from the bicycle wheel, then it's not. All right? And obviously, yes, it will need that kind of tightness to be able to move the wheel. Then it says, park the bike on a level surface, ensure it's standing upright. Do not tilt the bike. Open up the Riding app, go to the page, click Install, Calibration, push down. The wheel will automatically press down and calibrate. Okay, I'm still would love to see a video. And then it says charge. Obviously, I will charge. And you have 2 options to charge. So you can charge from the back here, or you can charge from here. Again, I'm assuming this is just since it came on, this is just to lift and replace the battery. Then it tells you how to mount the receiver on the handle brake. Mount the receiver to the handlebar near the brake with the supplied rubber band. Peel off and stick adhesive pads to the back of the brake sensor. So there is a part of this where you mount the adhesive pad to near the rear brake sensor. So that allows that magnetic part that was in that little box I showed you to know when you're squeezing the brake, and that remote speaks to this and turns the brake light on. So that's all I'm going to show you for now with the unboxing, the PikaBoost quick LIVALL PikaBoost e-bike controller, e-bike boost. What's the exact name of it? I don't want to give you the right name. It's the e-bike conversion kit. I'm going to charge this up. I'll probably put it back here and charge from, which is easier. Yeah, probably charge from there. So I'll put this back in. I'll put the cover back on. This is interesting. I don't have, my hands maybe not wide enough to do this properly. Okay, now that's in. So there's a click. And then this is on. So I'm going to charge it up. Take it in the shop. It'll be easy to do video there because I'll be doing video on the bike. Let me get you a little closer to see it. Get another look at it. all around. And this will be closer to the bike. As you can see, these grips here grip the tire. So if this is pressing hard against your bike tire, when you're normally riding, this will just spin. If it's pressing with these grips the right way, when it pulls, it will pull you along. And they do sell replacements for these should they wear out. So, stay tuned. I'll test it out, have some good riding. I'll probably do a video with my Insta360X4 that I just got while I'm riding to tell you my impressions. And then, of course, the entire written review with all those videos will be available using the link in the description below. So let me turn that the right way so you can see it and get out the light. It's the PikaBoost 2 LIVALL e-bike conversion kit.